It finally arrived. Took 3 weeks, but we finally got a box. I'm still here, by the way. I didn't vanish into the box. But, what's important, it's not really the box itself, it's more what's inside the box. So let me open it up. By the way, this would be really funny if it turns out to not be what I'm expecting it to be. I don't know what else it could be because it said it was delivered yesterday, and Amazon is usually pretty good about those things. But it would be hilarious. It's like, let's do this unpacking. We've been waiting for so long, and then I do it, and it's like not even it, That'd be funny. Alright, so let me just open this up and pull nothing out. Because I'm kidding, I already opened it from the bottom. Had to make a joke. Real one is actually here. So I will do the unboxing of that after. Before, I just kind of wanted to update the whole PlayStation 5 fiasco because we've been through a couple, it's been quite a journey, I would say, at this point. So for me, just, thinking about it every once in a while, to me speaking to my wife about it, her insisting I should get it because it would be good for me briefly mentioning it in passage in a video without really planning to, and then this amazing community surprising me by being so generous with their donations and encouraging me to buy it, that I was finally able to go out and buy it. But as you know, it was a bumpy ride to get there. Took me about a week to reach out to some people who were selling used on Facebook Marketplace. Ended up getting scammed. As you know, there's separate videos, so I won't go too much into detail about that. But that was kind of the first part of the story. Then I'm like, all right, screw Facebook Marketplace, let me just buy a new. So did a little research. Prices were pretty much everywhere, the same everywhere. Couldn't find any deals anywhere or anything like that. So I'm like, all right, let's just buy on Amazon. I've ordered from Amazon very often before. I know they're reliable. I won't have any issues with them. Everything's gonna be great. So order it and wait, and then the delivery date passes, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. And I go check, and apparently there was some severe thunder, or not thunder, but anyway, severe storms of some sort that were causing issues on the distribution line. So it was delayed, to this approximate date. That date came around, nothing happened. So the next day I reach out to Amazon. I'm like, hey, what happened? I never really heard back after this last vague update. What's going on with my package? And they're like, oh, sorry, it was a return to sender, but apparently no one bothered to let me know. So they issued a refund because apparently they can't just send a replacement because reasons. So they canceled it, and then I had to go back and re-add it to my cart and re-buy it once again. And I guess they felt kind of bad for, returning the item to the warehouse without telling me, because I ordered this new one that I actually received this time 2 days ago. And I'm already getting it. And when I say 2 days ago, I mean I ordered it on Saturday. Oh, sorry, Friday. Yeah, okay. So Friday, I think it was end of the day on Friday, and it got delivered yesterday, so Sunday. So very, very quick delivery. I think they were kind of trying to make up for their screw up from before. And unfortunately, I was kind of hoping I would receive it yesterday during the live. That would have been cool. But it got delivered after. And by the way, I'm surprised. This is not Amazon's fault. It's 100% the carrier that delivered it. When I ordered it on Amazon, it said, signature required, because obviously it's an expensive piece of equipment. They just don't want to leave it there. And depending on where you live in the world, in Canada at least, we have such things as porch bandits, depending on how you want to call them. But basically, people who go around stealing other people's packages from, you know, either their balconies or porches or stuff like that, or whatever is accessible. Like I used to live in a building back like a couple of years ago, and it just got to the point where I couldn't order anything online because 3/4 of the time it would get stolen. And, you know, even though it's not my fault, it gets to the point where Amazon's like, yeah, sorry, we can't, you know, send you another replacement or issue a refund. So it's just like, I just ended up stopped buying Amazon after that for a while I was living there. So like, you know, okay, makes sense that they would expect you to sign for this because it's expensive and they don't want someone to steal it. So that's what I was expecting. So I pretty much like waited all day for the, you know, I checked the update. It's like, oh, it's out for delivery. So at some point today it should arrive. You know, if it gets too late, maybe they'll deliver tomorrow, whatever. But it should be soon. So I kind of like spend the entire day not really waiting, but kind of in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, I know it's on its way. And at some point, it's around like 6:30, something like that. I'm like, that's weird. Why has it not been delivered yet? Let me check. Maybe there's been an update, and it's gonna say like, oh, you know, it's gonna be delivered tomorrow instead because we ran out of time or something. So I go check, and it's like delivered. I'm like, okay, but no one like knocked, no one rang, no one, you know, nothing happened. And so I go to the door, I open it up, and I'm like, there's nothing here. So I kind of like lean to the side and look like down the stairwell, and sure enough, I see this giant box just sitting there. And the way that the apartment building is set up, there's only 6 apartments, so it's relatively small. And luckily, my neighbors, one of them plays music a little too loud, but you know, they're all very quiet. They kind of keep to themselves, and they don't steal other people's stuff. Or at least I've never had anything go missing like this before. Well, didn't go missing, but I mean, I've never had an issue with that before. So I'm like, okay, not only were they supposed to ask for a signature, which they did not even bother to deliver it to my door, and they did not even bother to knock to let me know it had been delivered. They just literally opened the door of the building, put the box on the first step, and walked away. That was it. And I'm just like, wow, that is crappy delivery service. Like, it's not Amazon's fault. They don't control the delivery driver, but I'm just like, is that really how little people care about their job nowadays? It's like, you know, just bring it to the door, knock. You don't even have to speak to the person. You can just knock and walk away. At least I know it's there. It's like, no, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to place it on the front step of the main stairwell and just walk away without telling anyone. They just mark it delivered on the app, and that's it. So that was kind of a crappy experience, but it is what it is. It took at least 3 weeks. Might be a little more, kind of hard to keep track with everything that's been going on lately, but it was quite a ride to get here. But thanks to each and every one of you, and thanks to my stubbornness, because I'm too stubborn to give up, I finally have it. Brand new. So let me just kind of show you the box. So that's the front, side, other side, kind of boring, and then ads for their games and stuff like that, and features in the back. So let me just go ahead and grab my trusty knife and open this. Don't worry, this is not an empty box. I did not, you know, open it beforehand and remove the PlayStation. That'd be a little too intense outside. It goes this way. I apologize if the quality of the video is not up to par with other unboxing videos. This is literally my second unboxing video, and the last one was a backpack filled with stuff, so much easier to do. This seems a little more complex, but it makes sense. It is a fragile piece of equipment. So, alright, got it open. So let's see what we have here. I'm gonna do this and not block my face. Awesome. So, power cable. These tiny little flimsy things are the stand to make it stand on the side if you want to have it that way. I've heard like people complain about that. I don't know, it's like, yeah, they're plastic, they're relatively cheap, but it's like, who cares? You just put them in the console, place it there, and pretty much never move it again. So I don't really foresee this being an issue, but I did hear complaints about it from other people. Alright, so HDMI cable, charging cable for the controller. And speaking of controller, here we go. So this is the front, or the top, I guess. This would be the front, this would be the back, and then that would be the top, yeah, top, and then bottom. So it seems, I don't know, like to really judge a controller, you have to actually like play it and see how it feels, but I do like the shape and just the design of it. Everything looks nice, it feels good in your hands. So let me just, I'm assuming we're at the point where we actually get the PlayStation 5, because I don't see what else we need. So, yes, my bad. Instruction manuals. And here we go. So let me just move the box. Remove this. Remove that. And here we go. All right. So we have the front here with the little sticker to keep the plates in place during transport. So let me just remove that. All right, so that's what it looks like from the front. It seems as though the bottom half is matte finish and the top half is shiny, so you can see like no reflections on the bottom, but reflections on the top. The back is the same thing, except you don't have this logo in the corner. And then this is the disk drive. So there's the option of buying either the normal slim one, which kind of would be like this side replicated on this side. It just wouldn't have the disk drive, which you can buy separately and then install if you want to. I just looked at the prices between the digital only version that doesn't have the disk drive and this version that does have the disk drive. It was a $70 difference. I'm like, if I want to get the disk drive at some point in the future, I'm going to need to buy it separately. Unfortunately, if I do that, the disk drive's $150. So by buying the disc version immediately, well, I'm saving, $80 on this part. So just because of that, I'm like, yeah, okay, it seems worth it. So yeah, I don't want to remove the plates. I know it's possible to easily like interchange parts and stuff like that. I just have no use for that, so there's no point really in doing that. So here's kind of like the front if you're putting it standing up. So you have two plugs in the front, then you have, I'm assuming that's power, and then disc here. Top relatively simple, but I do like the design. That's the thing. It's like every new generation, there's like each company, like Xbox and then PlayStation will try to do something different to kind of win the console wars, if you will. And Xbox just went like full performance, but no offense to anyone who has an Xbox and who loves it, it just looks horrible in my opinion. Aesthetically, it is not pleasing. Like it's literally just a box. Whereas this, like this kind of like looks like a piece of art in a way, And I just really like the design, and I like the fact that PlayStation takes the time to really design things, whereas Xbox is more focused on the technology, and it really depends on the type of gamer you are. So, you know, arguably as a console itself, maybe the quality of the console itself and the, you know, the software that you get with it, maybe it's better on Xbox. I don't know, it's just at this point there's just so many versions. There's like the basic PlayStation 5 version, there's the slim version, which is the one I have here, and then there's the Pro version. And then on the Xbox side, there's the Xbox X and the Xbox S. And it's just like, there's so many different versions. I'm like, even if I wanted to compare to arguably say, like, this is the better console, I don't even know how I would do it. Plus, for me, it's all about the games itself. Sony has a much better selection in terms of exclusive console games. And especially now that Xbox seems to have shifted their focus less about exclusivity and more about let's just get our games out to as many people as we can. So it's like popular series that were only available on Xbox before are now coming to PlayStation 5. So more than ever, it just makes more sense to have PlayStation. Plus, I've always been kind of PlayStation, like first console I ever got was a PlayStation 2. And, you know, I've kind of always stuck with them. It's like, sure, I got the Xbox just so I could play a few Xbox games that weren't available on PlayStation. Same for Xbox 360, but I just found like they died on me very quickly. And I always preferred PlayStation. So I just kind of stuck with them. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So I won't bother you with, you know, setting everything up. I'm not quite sure exactly how I will do it. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here and go and set this up. And then once I receive the recliner, because that was my first goal. Let's get the PlayStation. Once I get that, then I can focus on my next objective, which will be getting the recliner. Once I have that and I have the full setup, then I'm going to go ahead and either make a short video or take a couple pictures, upload it just to show you like the whole gaming setup. So yeah, I think that's going to be the best way to do things. So first of all, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And second of all, I want to thank personally, once again, I know I do it very often, but I find that it's important. I want to thank each and every one of you who donated some money to help me make this a reality. It's just something I kind of thought of in passing, mentioned in passing. I never thought it would happen, and the road to get here and actually getting it was so complicated for some reason, even though it didn't have to be. I don't know why. Like, sometimes when stuff like that happens, it's like, oh, okay, cool, I got a better deal somewhere else. It ended up being a good thing. In this case, it just took forever. So I don't really see what the good thing hidden behind the crappy thing is yet, but maybe I'll find out. Anyway, point is, thank you so much to everyone who made this possible. I'm really looking forward to testing this out to see what it can do. I haven't gamed in a long time. I don't remember the exact date. It's not like, oh, well, on this date I stopped playing video games. I don't even remember the year 100%. I think it was around like 2017, 2018 maybe at the latest, I think. I think it was around that time. So it's been a decent amount of time since I've played. A good like 7, maybe 8 years, something like that. So looking forward to kind of getting back into it. Not really sure what to expect. I don't even know what the first game I'm going to play is. It's just, yeah, it's going to be hopefully, well, obviously it's going to be fun. I'm just kind of both excited and uncertain at the same time of like, what is this experience going to be like, you know? And it's nice. Like that's the beauty. It's like I appreciate all the donations and being able to have this and being able to play again. And once I get my recliner, I'll be super grateful for that too. But at the end of the day, it's just like having something. In this case, it's a PlayStation 5. It could be anything else, but I feel like this has really helped me because first of all, it made me feel so grateful for each and every one of you and just made me reminded me how much this community loves me. And how much I appreciate them, how grateful I am for them. But it also like this specifically gave me like, I don't want to say a reason to live, but it's like before I never really had anything to look forward to. It was more like things in the future of like, oh, I'm looking forward to obviously being with my wife. I'm looking forward to seeing her again. I'm looking forward to like hanging out with my friends every once in a while and stuff like that. But it's not the same. Like this is like I literally got it because of people's generosity. Without that, this would never have happened. And it's like I've been really excited and looking forward to it. Not because it's a PlayStation itself. Like yes, of course that excites me, but it's more like everything that comes with it. I feel like it really helped in terms of just my health in general, the way that I feel like, yeah, okay, last week was rough. I still feel slightly nauseous today, still struggle to eat, still cough a bit. It's far from over, but I feel like this was so important because it kind of partially gave me back not that will to live, just that will to just having something to look forward to. And that's what you've really given me. You've given me love, you've given me support, and you've given me this gift of being able to look forward to things again. So thank you very much. I love you all so much. Thank you for being a part of this family. And I look forward to giving you some updates on how things are going, what games I'm playing, stuff like that. I also need to figure out exactly where to put it. But once everything's set up, I'm going to share my PlayStation, account password. That way, not password, account name. That way, if people want to add me as friends and you want to play together, we'll be able to do that. I'm not quite sure where. Maybe in the description of the videos, I'll add it. Maybe in the description of the channel. Not quite sure. I'll announce that once I've kind of figured that out for sure. But yeah, it's an exciting step, and it feels like it's been taking forever to finally get here, but it finally is here, and I can finally play. So let's go play some station. 5 times. That was my attempt at humor, but yeah, it sucked. So anyway, thank you for watching. Love you all very much. And if you don't see me again, it's probably not because I'm dead. It's probably just because I'm so busy playing that I completely forgot about the time and forgot about the entire world. Nah, just kidding. Everything will be fine. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Ooh, missed the button.